Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Here is a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Scouts will climb in as the tying run.
The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike three, put it in the books. And to the New York Mets, California, here we come. They have defeated the Philadelphia Phillies 4-1. They take the National League Division Series in 4 games for the first time ever in their 16th year at Citi Field. The Mets are celebrating a series win.
The incredible turnaround by the New York Mets has taken them to their first National League Championship Series in 9 years.
Congratulations to Carlos Mendoza, the first-year manager, and the New York Mets, as they have eliminated the Phillies, and now the hugs continue on the field. Francisco Lindor continues to write his name in Mets lore.
Welcome. I just had to send a love note to my friend Josh.
Sorry,
just
guys.
had to make sure that he got the message. What a game. What a night. What a lot of water.
What?
My goodness gracious. I've never seen so many people mentally exhausted. Physically nothing, mentally exhausted.
Everyone's
and because
mentally
nothing
exhausted.
happened, they're creating something. You ever run against people like that?
Mentally stressed.
Mentally. So they didn't get no damage, no nothing. There must have been wind. There must have been something. Something is something.
It's mental duress. But
Come
for those
on.
people that were truly affected,
Yes.
my heart and soul goes out to those
Absolutely.
families who are
Absolutely.
truly affected. We've been very thankful and fortunate on this side of the state that, actually the south side of the state, we've been great. Wellington over, devastation of tornadoes, the loss of property and what's been going on, even in Palm Beach County, has been horrific. And Tampa, the west coast of Florida, we've barely even seen what's come across from that. Other than Tropicana Field, we haven't really seen anything
Well, I got to tell you, my son and his family coming over was the best, brilliant move ever. The eye went over where they live.
yet. They had to come over. Yeah.
So we were watching on his phone the power go out. Then he has another camera he's watching where everybody must have come out because the news was in front of his place.
Wow.
So they were watching the news with all the lights. You should have seen this guy in the news. He's hugging the ground in 150-mile-an-hour winds. It's amazing the guy is even there. He's not somewhere in California blown away.
Well, the eye came in and it was quiet, and the people were out there. And then all the winds and all the chaos started coming. You could see that the reporters, I don't understand in media. I'm grateful for the reporters that stayed in the parking garage and reported with their goggles on and did that. The woman who's about 90 pounds standing outside in the wind watching
Makes
that.
no sense.
I don't understand for safety. There, you could see she couldn't even keep her feet on the ground.
Makes no
Why?
sense.
They need to tie a rope around her.
But why? Why not put her someplace safe? I don't understand why put someone in harm's way.
I don't understand that either.
You know, there are storm chasers. Any of you guys storm chasers?
No, I lived in Texas for like 15 years, but I know what you're talking about.
There are people that I know, they get in their cars and they chase storms.
People like to
So
do
we
that.
had tornado watches
Yes.
all over the place. As a matter of fact, we have some pictures that was sent in
We're going to put those up.
from
JoJo sent those. Those were her cousin's neighborhood in Fort Pierce.
right.
This was from yesterday.
And these pictures, some of them,
I mean, look at this. That was Wellington. I saw this yesterday. It was
were on
horrific.
the news.
It was on the news. That car was actually on the roof, and they had to get it off the roof to come down. Is this amazing?
I mean, this is there's
look
nothing,
at-
but there's nothing you can do
Is
about
that a
tornadoes.
dumpster on the top of their
That's something.
house?
That's a truck or a car or
Right?
something. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But the problem is that you can't do anything about tornadoes. You can't even run from a tornado. You just got to duck.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest issue on our side with the tornado. I think there was 6 or 8 of them.
134.
Tornadoes? Really?
I spoke to Linda Summers last night. She counted 134.
Wow.
134.
That's devastating because you can't see that coming. And if you're out at night, you know how scary that is? Having a tornado come at you at night and you can't
Yes.
see what's going on or
The
anything.
Sun
else.
Sentinel reported about 115. She reported 134. Channel 5 said, WPTV, they could not even keep up with it. I think, and one of their key anchors, Yanni Rodriguez, her neighborhood, it hit like between her house and her neighbor's house. And you could just see the devastation because you don't know what house is going to hit.
That's right.
And there's just X's. And these weren't even mobile homes. These aren't people thinking, oh, you shouldn't be
Those
living.
were not, none of those were mobile
That's what I'm
homes.
saying. These were concrete, brick, cinder block, well-constructed homes in Florida, hurricane code, that the tornado came through and they just, the big X's, they're just uninhabitable.
It's true.
Exactly.
It's true. And what did you guys? How did you guys spend the storm? What'd you do?
I just went to bed.
Well, that's a good thing.
And my philosophy is if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do to change it.
Yeah, I
As long as
agree.
one not live in fear of it.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I did the same thing. I just went to sleep.
You didn't even look at the phone or on the news or anything?
No, not really.
Poindexter,
Same thing.
bedroom bed. Now, Alex, you're from Tampa. How's your house? How's your family?
It's good now, but like I can show you guys pictures of everything outside the front of my house. Like we have a boat in the back too. It was like almost tossed around, thrown. We almost lost that.
Ooh.
Cause like right behind my house is a seawall and it's right on the canal, like right on the bay. So the water, yeah, we had I think it was 20 inches of rain, or like just standing water in
20?
our house. 20, yeah, 20 inches of
The
just
water got
standing
into
water.
the house?
Yeah, in my house, but I have 2 stories, so.
So on the first floor, you took all the furniture out and put it on the second floor?
Enough, but we really just elevated it like on the first floor because no one expected it to be like that much water in the house.
Is that a good idea to put your furniture on the second floor?
Well, what are you going to do? Either that or you lose it or you keep it on the
Either
first
that or you just use it to surf home.
My thinking is that if you put the stuff on the top roof, there's a bunch of issues. Like it's now top heavy instead of bottom heavy, and
Well, no, the water is going to rise no matter what. 20 feet, the second floor?
No, 20 inches.
10 feet?
Only 20 inches.
20 inches from the first to the
No,
second
no,
floor?
no, no.
The rain was
I
20
don't know how
inches, the
big
water.
It is.
It's got to
I
be
thought
the
you were talking
second
about
floor, right? Second
Yeah,
floor.
yeah, I
They're
thought you were
usually
talking about how
10
much
feet
water.
each.
I thought you were talking about 20
No,
feet
10
of water. I
feet.
was like,
So
that's-
it's
no.
about that ledge and then everything
I would
above
say,
that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah. So you put your stuff on the second floor. Water is buoyant. The problem is the water is one problem coming into the house. The second problem is it expands the house, so the walls begin to buckle, and
Exactly.
and the force that goes in there, first, second, third floor, it won't make a difference. That's the issue. But the house is still standing, yes?
Yeah, the house is good. They got 2 like new cars over the last year, which insurance has them. They lost like $2,000 on them each, but that's pretty much gone. We don't have like ownership of them anymore.
You- like
$2,000.
what do you mean? Like the car's just gone?
They're totaled.
They're totaled.
They just got
Seawater-
thrown around
There
in
was
the
an
winds?
inch of water inside of my
Wow.
sister got a brand new
Seawater
car.
destroys a car.
She drove it for 200 miles, brand new car off the lot, 200 miles, had it for a week,
That's
had an inch of
crazy.
water in it.
Why didn't they evacuate, Alex?
Because they've been there the whole life, didn't seem that bad. They've been in that house ever since I've been born for,
2 brand new
around
cars. I could have
35
told you,
years.
let's go get them and bring them here.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
what
then
I've
drive
always
them
wondered
back.
about hurricanes. Is like,
put
there's,
'em in the
there's no
garage.
chance for the cars.
They were in the garage?
Yeah, they were in the garage. They thought
It's not that seawater.
fine.
What was the name of the storm in New York City that took it out?
Sandy.
Sandy.
My friend in City Island had cars in the garage, and he thought they were going to be fine
Yeah.
because the garage were on the second floor.
But you-
I've
you don't
seen
think.
I've seen some people wrapping their cars in like big thick
Saran
plastic.
wrap.
Yeah, saran wrap.
Yeah, but it's underneath if you can't cover the engine, and if it doesn't float, you're done.
But
Well,
you
yeah,
s-
that's what they drive over it. They like drive over the saran wrap and then wrap it all around. So the only thing that could get the water in is if it tears or if there's like a lot of
That's
pressure.
interesting. That's like the Tropicana field. That's a giant saran wrap, and that thing came down.
But you said your parents evacuated.
For this one, yeah. Like I said, though, they've been in the house for like probably 35 years or something.
But at least they evacuated. They went to Orlando. And now Pinellas County, I read this morning that the county was closed.
Yeah.
Going
I've
in
had,
and
yeah,
out.
a lot of people evacuated. I know.
Are they allowed to get back in?
By, I think, probably this afternoon, they'll be able to clear off the roads and everything. But the major concern for me was, like, everything that people already put outside their house is all going to get thrown around now. It's going to, like, people's, like, whole, like, life belongings are, like, in the streets. And then that just gets thrown and tossed around, like, I don't know.
Let me ask you, they did not clean up the streets from the last hurricane.
No.
I heard.
Not
Right.
really. It was a
Not
whole
fast
They
thing.
didn't get. They had 20 companies, and what DeSantis says was
Yeah.
that they didn't get around to it. What is that?
I guess there was that much debris.
He had to hire people himself, I heard, with like dump trucks and private like people to go like clean up some of the stuff because I don't know what the government's really doing or what they've said. I don't know. I don't know the whole story enough to really say.
That stuff all over the place is dangerous in itself.
Do you remember Katrina, where everyone evacuated to the arena? And the arena lost power. There was nothing there. The bathroom stopped working.
Yeah.
Well, you saw what happened in Tampa Bay to the stadium. The roof was supposed to withstand, they say, 115 mile per hour winds. These were allegedly 110. And the roof, the Teflon, blew off.
It blew off.
But I heard this was not a shelter for people. It was a shelter for emergency responders to have
Yeah.
a station to be ready. So now they're looking to see who was there, where were they, how many were there.
How many were inside the stadium?
That's what
Anybody
they're
know?
waiting to find out because apparently it was like an emergency staging area. So
Wow.
that we're waiting to find out
We
what
have to
happened
see
with
if
that
we can get
also.
some pictures or some news from. Renee has some contacts over there. I gotta find out how Renee is. I forgot to even reach out to her.
But Gio's place is okay, you think?
They have power. It came back at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the garage looks fine, and the upstairs looks fine. But you don't know until you get there.
True.
But Rob is there. Some people stay behind. He says it was too early in the morning to contact them. I says, "What are you kidding me? Call right now. Let's find out what the damage is going in." Because I said to him, "If your place is messed up, I got to go with you. I got to go fix whatever needs to be fixed."
Oh yeah, because you would be so helpful. How about just staying here
I
until
can
they
hold a-
fix it?
I
What
can hold
are
a
you
hammer.
going to do?
Well, it ain't going to clean itself,
Sometimes
Dawn.
what comes out of your mouth is
It's
amazing.
not going to clean itself.
You're
he
gonna
wants
pick
to
up
go
the-
to Tampa for the same reason, right? It
He's
ain't gonna
younger
clean-
than you.
He holds a hammer like I hold a hammer.
He's
What are
probably
you
got a
talking
little
about?
more energy and
Oh, the mental duress.
As long as
Listen,
there's
when
someone there with
you just go
hands.
to New York. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You go to New York.
I don't know. I don't think I'd want you outside cleaning.
Why?
I worry about you. You know,
I'm
Th-
not made
there's-
of glass.
There's kids that are more apt to do. There are trucks and companies that are more conditioned and trained to do this than
Listen,
you.
I was talking
what
to,
are you going for?
I was talking to people last night about doing shows like Sarah and stuff. I'll go get you and take you back home. Oh, I can't make you do that. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'll go get you. I saw the line. I knew where the line was. I knew it. I was a meteorologist. once.
Apparently, I see that.
And I saw the line, and man, was I on. And JoJo was right on the cusp of the line.
I know. Thankfully,
Melbourne
JoJo's okay.
was right on the cusp.
She did a lot of trees down. But the tornadoes were just,
Can't do nothing about that.
oh my gosh, these people have lost everything. And you can be prepared. You can live in a great house. You can move your cars. It doesn't matter what you do. You can have water. You can have a generator. You can have all the things you're supposed to have. And that tornado hits, there's nothing you can do.
You know,
Exactly.
the saddest thing is we talked about mental
Duress.
right? So you go into a house and every computer and every television is turned on to this stuff,
Yeah.
the media. And the
Sure.
media wants Channel 5, Channel 2, Channel 7, Channel 12. They all want your attention. So that each one brings up the worst scenario. like a car flying in a tornado, or somebody hurts their finger, whatever, each one. And I'm looking at my house, I'm looking at everybody looking, and I'm trying to see the Mets. And they won't, and I had my earpods on, right? And I'm hearing, and then Lindor has a home run. And they said something to me. I said, what? I couldn't understand them because I was listening. Running through the building, screaming, the Mets win, the Mets win.
Yeah, for you, it was a great day.
It's a great day.
So now what happens?
Now the winner of the San Diego and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yesterday, the Dodgers destroyed San Diego 8-0.
I told you it's going to be the Mets and the Dodgers. It's going to come
Well,
down
play-
to New York and Old New York.
Well, they play Friday now. The Mets and the Dodgers played in 2015, and the Mets beat them.
Can you imagine?
And can you imagine if the Mets get in? And I got to tell you, if they lose, they lose. I'm not even supposed to be there. I don't care. I just hate it when people come to me and say, we're going to destroy you. Don't say that. The will of man does not work that way, especially in sports.
It's just interesting. I can't even believe that. I looked at the score, I'm thinking, holy cow, they won.
Do you know how they won?
It was, 4-1 now, how they won.
Or you're gonna, if you tune into the midday
Midday
show,
show?
I'll show you how they won. And how they won, I want you to look at the man who did the damage, and how calm he is, and the reason why. $383 million they paid this guy for 10 years. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say. That's what he gets. And
Wow.
then for him to deliver, finally, after 3 years in New York, he was crying running around the bases.
All right,
At $383 million.
let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got some things to chit-chat about. More to
Mental
come.
duress?
That's a
If
whole
you have
nother
pictures,
thing.
send them in. Freddie at am2.tv. That's my email. Send them in and we'll put them up there.
Or text them over, email them.
And
Somehow
just let
get
us
them
know
over to
you're
us.
okay if you want to call in as well. What's the number?
888-994-4995, Studio A. Give us a call. Let us know you're okay and what's happening over in your neighborhood. More to come on the other side of this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Call 800-651-4808.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. mozzarella.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Did you know? I know, I'm making fun of you during commercial break, but it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's the way you say okay.
Okay.
Ever notice the inflection of things? If someone says okay or okay, totally same word, but you know it's got different meanings.
Yes.
So that's what I'm teasing Freddie about. Don't encourage me. Because I know when you say
Don't do
okay
that.
in a certain way, it's not okay.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, everyone see The Wizard of Oz?
Okay.
You've never seen it, Joe?
No.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
You've never
I think.
seen it.
No.
YouTube Maven, you never seen it? What are you talking about?
I've never been into those kinds of movies. Like,
Poindexter, ever see it?
I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen the full movie, though. Oddly enough, I saw the entirety of the crossover they made years and years later with Tom and Jerry. That's a thing. Tom and Jerry meets
cartoon.
meets the Wizard of Oz. That's a real movie. I'm not even kidding.
Is it a cartoon or people dressed up?
It's a cartoon.
Ever see Wizard of Oz, or you two or Tom and Jerry?
No, actually, no, Wizard of Oz.
Nate, ever see it? Yes. All right, so here you go. Wizard of Oz. The straw man represents that all fictional person, he is the person that he wanted a brain, and he got a certificate that he had a brain, and that represents his birth certificate. So apparently these are all fun facts.
Who told you that?
The Tin Man, TIN,
When he
is the
had a heart.
taxpayer identification number. He was a robotic avatar who worked tirelessly until his body literally froze up and stopped functioning. The heartless and emotionless robot creature who worked himself to death because he had no heart or soul. Who comes up with this stuff? The Cowardly Lion was a bully, but actually a true coward when someone stood up to him. Like most bullies, he lacked true courage, and in the end, the wizard gave him an official recognition award, authority, and status.
That one I agreed to. The Tin Man, I agree, was emotion. You're emotionless because you don't have a heart. That's why they made him of tin. Who wrote it was brilliant. Who wrote that?
L. Frank Baum.
Yeah, he was
And
brilliant.
actually, a lot of the elements of that came from his own personal life.
Yeah, he had no heart, no brain, or soul.
Actually, no, he used to actually own a theater until it burned down. He used to sell oil out of an oil can. He was in Nebraska when
He sold oil out of an oil can.
Yeah, so he used to sell like a type of oil, for machines.
Probably used to sell cheese from a truck.
He also went to a prestigious boys' academy that had a yellow painted brick road, which is where Follow the Yellow Brick Road comes from.
Wow.
Really?
He was also a pro-female person in the era when that wasn't a thing.
So they said the Wizard of Oz, right? He used magic, smoke, flames, and holograms, but all of it were tricks and illusions to push fear and compliance to make people do what he commanded. The truth is, the wizard has no real power and only used illusions to create false power and authority.
Yeah, but we know that.
The Wicked Witch pushed fear and intimidation. She was after Toto, the controlling and flying monkey police. The policy enforces the mischievous demons, which also represents the Bar Association, who attack and control the little people, and the great crown wizard.
I think they're getting a little
crooked
ridiculous.
bankers, right?
How come the witch was after the dog?
Why was the witch out? I don't know.
Because it was metaphorically about the lady who didn't like the dog that Dorothy had in Kansas.
Oh, the neighbor who didn't like the dog.
Right, because it bit her accidentally because she was a nasty lady.
So they said The Wizard of Oz was written at a time when Rockefeller and Big Pharma began to take over medicine and education. The Crown was actually the largest drug dealer, and after that, takeover of drug distribution in China and began to expand the world around. So this was, I guess, going against establishment is why they created this.
Well, I'll never watch The Wizard of Oz.
You'll never watch it like that again, right?
Well, fun fact, the wizard that's in the Professor Marvel character?
I don't, but okay.
That's the one who does the crystal ball before the tornado happens in the movie.
Okay.
The waistcoat he wears actually belonged to L. Frank Baum, the author of the story.
Oh, really?
So they chose it at a secondhand shop. And one day, the actor just happened to look in the pocket and it had its signature.
So they say the moral of the story is no matter how small your bark is, it can be heard.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knows Toto. You never saw it. What do you think?
Toto's the dog, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember watching that movie?
Yeah, I did.
You watched it at home or
I
in the
watched
movie?
there's the old one, the original one, and then they made another one too. So I've seen both of them.
So where did you see the original one, in the movie theater?
When I was like young, I don't know. I saw it on TV. I
TV?
don't know where I saw it, but I like there's like interesting facts though about that movie though that I like.
I saw it, and I was told to watch it for school.
Yeah,
I guess
think
they knew
probably
something
for
I
school.
didn't know, and
That was Aaron's favorite movie.
I didn't like it.
Why-
I think it was too long.
It was okay.
It
I was
was-
a kid.
But all the facts of his history, that's really
that was
interesting,
different.
Michael.
Yeah, so like, for example, when it was in Nebraska, you actually saw a tornado lift a house off its foundation.
That's how the movie starts. And then it squashes the good witch or something. Right?
The sister, actually.
The
In
sister.
fact, the
Now,
death
do we
certificate.
know if she was a good witch, a bad
she
witch?
was
What was
the-
she?
Well, so you have the Wicked Witch of the West, and it's her sister that has the ruby slippers that the house falls on.
And the ruby slippers ended up on Dorothy's feet.
Right.
But Glinda's the good witch, and then you
Of
got
the
the Wicked
North.
Witch of the West.
Right.
Who was the witch? I know she was the
Of the
sister.
East.
But was she good? Was she bad?
Well,
What was
she goes. That's what I say. That no, that was her sister. This is the Wicked Witch of the West. She's far worse than the other one.
And she melts with water.
Right.
Well, if I had known that, I'd throw water at all women that.
But the really cool thing is, when they pull out the death certificate in the movie to identify the witch's death, the date is the author's death, the day the author died on the death certificate.
Really?
Baum died?
Yeah, so the date when you look at it on the movie, when he pulls out the certificate, the date that's on there is the
That
date.
was his death?
That's crazy.
Well, there you go. That's a trivia question.
You should do trivia facts.
And it's really funny is that the Tin Man and Dorothy are actually related by marriage through their kids.
Excuse me?
So
They had kids together?
no, let me explain. So Judy Garland's daughter is Liza Minnelli, right?
Yes.
And she's married to Jack Haley's son, who's the Tin Man.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So okay, I
Wow.
got you.
That's complicated. That's like
No, it's not. It's but that's amazing. How the hell do you know all this stuff?
Because I have no social life.
that's incredible though. But the Wizard of Oz, yes, the bullying, the standing up, having no heart, all of that. I get that. The Cowardly Lion really wasn't cowardly. He actually
He's
stood
a
up.
bully.
He actually stood
Well, he
up
used
for
to always
things.
want to fight, and then he used to run because he was cowardly.
Well, the whole point is that they all had those qualities to begin with. They just didn't see it in themselves until someone recognized it. Like, for example, the Scarecrow says that he has no brain, but he comes up with some really clever ideas. Tin Man says he has no heart, but he actually has the most emotion out of everyone. And the Cowardly Lion, even though he's afraid of things, you have to have fear in order to know courage.
It's like you don't know you have a brain until you come up with an idea, and then you say, "Wow, maybe I do have a brain."
Right.
It's like a lot of people in this studio. So
It's just like society telling you what you don't know, and you believe it until you actually step forward and go, I got it.
What made you look up The Wizard of Oz?
I don't know. It popped up this morning. I was looking
Maybe
at
it was the
things.
tornadoes.
Oh, bada bing. This guy's like ridiculous, right?
Interesting.
Well, it is.
Don't you think so?
Yeah, listen, it is what it is.
So, ready? 7 qualities you look for in a man.
Come on, we don't look for them in a man.
I'm looking around the room. I'm like, wow. But I got a lot of men around here. It's just me and the guys today. So that's kind of cool.
So we're going to highlight the qualities they think that they should.
Okay, tell us.
Yes.
Yes, if you're looking for a significant partner or just work relationship, whatever it is.
What is your one
What do you
quality?
think?
What is your one quality that you shine at?
Well, I would rather have somebody that I can be honest and open with.
No, you. It's not what you're looking for. It's you. Are you honest? Are you saying that you're an honest person?
I am. I have tends to be a bit blunt and direct with people and tell them what they need to hear, whether they like it or not.
Well, that may not be a good thing.
It's not. It's not everybody appreciates it.
But what is the one aspect that a female in your world?
A generally good man. 7 top qualities of like a good guy.
What's your good guy quality? Your
That
one
I'm
good guy.
genuine.
That you're genuine. Okay.
That's true.
I'm
There's
genuine. I'm
no
honest.
doubt about that. He
I'm
is
loyal.
super
I'm
genuine.
reliable. I'm sentimental.
Nobody in their right mind would come into studio work dressed as a pirate. He's very genuine.
Every week. Every Thursday.
What about you, Mr. Encyclopedia?
I guess ambitious.
How do you portray
working. Okay.
ambition to when you meet somebody? How do you do that?
But well, I mean, you gotta demonstrate it. You can't. It's not about impressing them for one specific thing or trying to show that your best qualities in the first time you meet them. You kind of have to let them see it. So it takes time.
He reminds me so much of Gio.
I know.
Do you know that last night, Gio told me that before AMP, he was working at the age of 14 with a company, with a guy in California that he says, don't you remember? Okay. And he was doing what we do before we did it. And he was making money at it. He was making like $250 a month or something. He wasn't making a lot of money, but he was making money exactly doing what we're doing now. They put on shows. The guy used to put on a wacky show. And I said, really? So he pointed it out to me that before us, there was a Gio.
We know that. Gio created all
That's
of
all
this.
that intelligence stuff. Is exactly. He reminds me so much of
So
him.
much.
God help me.
All right, Alex.
I would say just like eventful, just like not boring. Like I'm always up to
You're
something.
the fun guy.
Yeah.
You like people to have you.
Okay.
You give off a vibe like you're the fun guy.
Like
Yeah.
yesterday, we went to the beach during the storms and just went through the riptides and got pulled around and dragged out. It was fun.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
You love being
I
a
brought my
riptide?
surfboard. Yeah.
Look at him. He loves that about it. He's like, yeah, I did
You
that.
were on a board?
Oh, it was so windy though. You had the board and you try to throw the skimboard and it would just like fly away.
I just get the image of him throwing it.
I get the image of him being in the Bahamas. He had to swim back. How bad was the water?
Oh, it was terrible. It would be like a lazy river, but like if your feet weren't touching the sand, like you would get like completely swept away.
How many people were with you?
Like 5.
There were people.
There was another group too, but I had to talk to the lifeguard and make sure it wasn't gonna get fined.
Is the lifeguard there?
I might have got
The
fined.
lifeguard didn't throw you off the beach?
I talked to the lifeguard. He said I get off in 2 minutes. He said, but then you can do whatever you want. I was like, okay.
Your
That
life
doesn't
is
sound
in
like
your
a very
hands.
good lifeguard.
No.
It was cool. But yeah,
Wow.
I'd say eventful.
Poindexter, what's a good quality? A quality of a good guy?
I think I'm reliable.
Reliable.
All right, they say emotional intelligence. Remember we talked about EQ versus IQ?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like that
Emotional
conversation.
intelligence. It's a huge buzzword, and a good guy. type of thing.
Emotional intelligence is difficult
Being
to
like
put your finger on.
compassionate.
Yeah, but
Integrity. I think, right? Integrity. Second,
man of your word type of deal.
empathy.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Well, empathy means when you use the things that have hurt you to understand why another person is hurting.
The ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It goes beyond being considerate or kind. It involves truly stepping into someone else's shoes and feeling what they feel. You're not big on empathy.
Me?
Yeah.
Why should I be? I mean, think about it. So I'm going to empathize you putting a pencil in my ear all
Like
the time.
sympathizing would be like, oh, I once put a pencil in my ear and it hurts.
No, empathize means
Empathizing means, oh, I'm sorry you did that.
No,
I'm sure
no,
that really
no,
hurts.
No. One time you do it, and then a repeated reaction. It's just continuum, and you don't stop. I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? I only have 2 ears.
Like, can you have empathy for the people who got hurt in the storm?
Meaning that
Like
yes,
you feel badly for them?
I do feel
You
bad.
would put yourself in their shoes of what cleanup and all of that would be like?
I would. I
That's
would.
empathy.
Unless somebody threw a rock at me to see how hard they can hit me in the storm, then I wouldn't have any empathy.
Well, but that's not about empathy, though.
Like, for example, I have a lot of empathy. For example, my friend, he just got out of a toxic relationship, and most of my friends all come to me for compassion and empathy because I'm the one who's been through so much that I understand where they're coming from, and I'm able to guide them through those pitfalls of how to get out of those situations.
Alex, do you think you're empathetic?
To a certain extent, yeah.
At least he's honest.
Because like I always say, like I'm the nicest person until you give me a reason not to be.
Well, that's the problem. You're trying to
Okay.
be empathetic, and you give a finger, and the next thing you know, you're losing the arm.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
You just feel what other people are going through.
But shouldn't
Put
other people
yourself in
feel
their shoes.
empathetic?
They should, but they don't.
But they
always.
don't.
Empathy.
You feel
Humility.
Hold on a second.
You're still in empathy?
You empathetic?
Nate's coming out.
I don't think I'm not great at it, but I want to be better.
You want to be better at it? You keep practicing. You'll get it right. You empathetic?
I think I am.
I think you are.
Thank you.
What are you thanking her for?
He's got humility too.
What are you thanking her for? Do you think that that's always in your best behavior? Are you empathetic? You're too empathetic.
I'm so empathetic. I sucked the storm in yesterday, and the barometric pressure put me to sleep. I was like, I think I suck in everything, honestly. I drove around town. I think I sucked the storm in. It's like, I'm so tired. I had a migraine. I had to lay down at 6 o'clock. I couldn't move until the storm hit and passed. Crazy. Empathy.
I'm sorry. There's a time to be empathetic, and there's a time not to be.
You're not empathetic.
There's a time, and there's a time not to be. You know, you got to hold people to their accountability as well.
Oh, I agree.
You can't go around beating up on people and thinking it's okay to do that. You just can't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to have empathy for somebody like that.
What about humility? Another good quality
I don't even know what the hell that means.
It means that you don't get a big head about doing something.
Or humbleness?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think being humble is huge, and there are not enough people that are humble.
Never think you're bigger than the game. We've talked about
I think
that for years.
a lot of guys, because this is about guys, but I think people in general are not humble enough. They're
That's
always
scary.
It's a me.
That's scary.
Scary?
Are you empathetic? Do you have humility? Yeah, maybe.
I think a lot of people in this studio have humility. They never think that their work was that good. It's like, I did it.
Well, I disagree with that too. I'm always telling you, you should always consider what you do the best. To be the best is to think the best. But don't go around bragging like you're King Kong, because that's just out of the box. But you should always stand by what you do, and don't leave leave it all on the table when you finish. You say, this is the best I could do.
Here's another one, resilience.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Charlotte. Good morning to Charlotte.
Resilience.
Resilience, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties.
Yeah, I've had my friends have always said Mike's the most resilient one out of our whole group because he's in
I'd like
Georgia.
to meet your friends.
They're all along the northeast coast.
I bet they are.
Mental duress, the stress that people
we're
are
back to
having
that
right
again.
now from the storm not hitting them. Resiliency. If you have a job and you are not affected by the storm, go to work.
Last night, I saw what was happening with the storm, and you saw on WhatsApp, I says, we're going to open.
No one answered you.
It didn't matter that they answer me or not. I don't want to hear, are we open? Don't ask, because we're open.
Right.
And Linda says to me, oh, so I guess I'm going to work. And I said, there's no reason not to. You know, you're working in a business that you cater to other people's stuff.
We're fortunate that we're able to do that. Now, some of our crew, they're out in Wellington. They can't make it in today. They got to clean up and take care of things they got to take care of.
Again, if you're in the eye of the tiger, I get it. But there are shows that are not playing tonight. I don't know why. There's no reason why. Boca, did it rain here?
I don't even think it rained.
I
My
didn't
pool,
think
they
it
let my
rained.
pool down, and it's still down.
I don't think it even rained.
It didn't rain in Boyan either.
No, I was in Boynton, and Linda decides at 9 o'clock at night to move the furniture off the patio, and I said, why? So she says to me, well, they set what? I said, look at the map. The map curled up north. I knew right away that unless the damn thing goes backwards, right, which doesn't happen, we're going to be fine.
We're good. All right, responsibility.
Yes.
What the hell does that mean?
Means you take charge of what needs to get done when it needs to get done, and you don't stop till it gets done.
Oh, this is a big one.
Here's the thing, though. Take responsibility, but don't complain about it. If you're going to bring in the patio furniture, or you're going to put up the shutters, take the responsibility. Don't like, oh, I got to do it. I don't want to do it. Just do it.
And then move on.
Just do it.
Just move on.
Sorry.
Now let me ask you.
Guy, just do it.
Let me ask you. When somebody does something for you, and it's finished, and then they throw it in your face over and over again.
That's uncool.
And then I say, you know what? I'm going to put it back the way it was because I don't want this to continue.
But woman, that's just like a trait of humanity. Just don't. If you're going to do it,
where
do
does
it
that
'cause you want
fall
to do
in your little word box here?
Not nice.
Well,
no
and I'm
empathy.
supposed to be
no lack of
supposed to
appreciation.
empathize that.
I think appreciation should be on here also.
If you're going to do something, do you do it from the heart because you want to, or do you do it because you want to be able to use it against the person you do it against?
No, you do it because it's the right thing to do.
Have you always done it that way?
Mm-hmm.
You've never thrown it in anybody's face?
No.
Are you sure?
Him? No.
You?
I don't throw in people's faces, but I'll admit that I use it for leverage sometimes.
Oh.
You admit?
He's like,
you use it for leverage?
He's just like your son.
What is wrong with you?
I mean,
why would you do that?
You do a favor for someone, and then now they owe you a favor.
So you're in the favor game.
You think that's
You're like
true?
Suits. Yes, that's
you do
what
a favor
they
for
do.
someone, and then you think they owe you?
Well, I think that person will now be willing to help me if I need them to bail me out.
So you did this, so you have a future favor on them? You're like a loan shark. Here's $1.
Here's $1, you owe me 10.
That's right, here's $1, now you owe me more. Why would you do a favor if you're going to hold it
it's
over
helping
somebody?
the person out, and
at your convenience.
Generally, well, no. It can be whether it's inconvenient or not.
All right, so you do a girl a favor, and you decide you want her to go on a date with you. Would you play that card?
Wait, yeah, I do her a favor, and so she goes on.
She owes you a favor.
Like what? He goes grocery shopping for her or
Whatever.
something?
I don't care. Yeah.
Depends on
He walks
how
the
date
dog.
goes,
Let's just say the favor was big, because I know that you're going to say, well, the favor's not big enough, I can't ask her. But let's say it's big enough for you to ask her to dinner, and she pays. Would you do it?
As in, I would have to ask her, or she would offer.
No, you don't have to ask her. She owes you a favor. So you say, okay, you're going to pay me back. You're going to go to dinner with me.
If it's her idea, then I guess
Not
so,
her
but-
idea. It's your idea.
Well, I
She
wouldn't
owes
say
you a
I
favor.
didn't say I wouldn't do someone a favor so that they'd go on a date. I mean,
No, you said that you would use it as a chip because
Yeah.
now she owes you. So my question to you is, would you cash that chip in to take it to have her take you to dinner?
I mean, probably not unless she felt obligated to. But it would be mostly like friends and family, people that I already know, doing them a favor because they're with me long enough to know when I need
So you're
help.
comfortable enough to call in the chip. This kid, I'm gonna tell you, in the mind of Gio over there. With you?
What's the
You
question?
do a favor from the heart? You do a favor from the heart? You do it because you want to?
Yeah.
Well, this is about responsibility.
But at the same time, yeah, what he said. I mean,
Do you have angles? You do it
to
because.
certain things, to certain people, yeah. I mean, 'cause
Hold up your mic so they can hear you.
depends on certain people though. Like if the way they're treating me or how I've been treated for them.
So let me ask you, do you treat a female the way you do a male?
I hold them up to the same, yeah, pretty
The
much.
same, really?
I mean, people are the same though.
Come
But
on
women,
now.
Yeah, it
though,
depends who you're doing
Come
the favor
on,
for.
don't jive a jive. Don't
it
jive a
depends on-
jive.
I don't know.
See this?
If you
There's so
spend
many
more
factors.
time doing favors for people who are more likely to help you back, then I mean,
Oh, forget, you're a cunt. You're a loan shark business. What about you?
I don't expect anything in return from doing
So
favors.
you do it from your heart.
Yep.
You're the only honest guy in the room.
I do it just simply because it's the right thing, and I don't expect anything from anyone.
Yeah, but you hold it against them.
No.
No. You do
They are
somebody a
who they
favor.
are.
You do somebody a favor. You call in the favor as a chip, and they say no.
Like, fine, that's your choice.
How
I
do
mean,
you
it's
make
like
you feel?
greeting someone. If you greet someone, you kind of expect to be greeted back, but you're not gonna, pin them up against a corner if they don't greet you. It's kind of the same way.
After
with
you
doing
did them a
favors.
favor?
Well, it's the same way with favors, I think.
I just to help somebody is its own reward.
You?
I do things all the time for people.
Do you expect to get something back?
Never. I don't ever expect things back because people don't give back. Sorry.
What about you,
And then when they do,
Mr.
I'm like, oh, there is hope in mankind.
Mr. Scary, you?
I say yeah. I'll do a favor just to do it, but it's like you said, I don't expect anybody to do anything I'll be honest right now. If I do a favor for any of y'all, I expect none of you to do it. I'll be honest right now. Like,
So you do it from the heart.
pretty much, like I said, I don't expect things from anybody. Especially from
You ever do a favor for somebody that you know is never gonna do you a favor? You ever done that?
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
But you know going in that the person is not going to do you anything.
But then I don't know if I would do it again. Like if you said, will you watch my 5 dogs? And you do it, and then they ask you again, and there's like not even a thank you or nothing. I don't think I would do it again.
Nah, it's a one-time offer. That's it.
You have to get it.
I usually use a 3-strike law. I'll give you 3 chances to learn the lesson. If not, goodbye.
I don't usually do
That's
3.
a lot of chances. Three chances for every single person. That's
I
crazy.
might do 2 and know by the 3rd they're not going to learn.
Right, which at that point they go, why didn't you want to help me? I gave you enough chances. You didn't learn the lesson.
It's a one and done.
You know, we were in Atlantic. You finish this story. We were in Atlantic Avenue doing a shoot, and somebody challenged me to go outside.
No,
And she spit in my face.
literally.
Literally spit in my face. Remember
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Literally.
Literally.
And she did it with her there and some other kids. Some of the kids were there as well. And what happened?
You invited her in to do a show. And I said, what? Not only did you invite her in to do a show, you created the most elaborate, spectacular, detail-oriented
And it's still on
game
the board.
board
It's still
for
on there.
this show. And I'm like, what are you doing?
What I was
I still
doing.
don't understand why you
Well,
do some
I
things.
just explained it. Do you do a favor for the least person who's ever going to do anything for you? If somebody's spitting your face with you, forgive them and move on and invite them to do a show or do a segment
I'm
with you. or
done. I
something.
don't do that. You still do.
still
You
do.
forgive a lot.
I do too. Like I said, I was once in a really
Hold your mic up.
bad relationship for 5 years, and everything she could do to hurt me, she did.
That's awful.
And in the end, she leaves. I'm the one who gets over it, forgives her, and even offers her the hand of friendship. She's the one who threw it away, and after that, I stopped talking to her. I haven't talked to her in 10 years.
See, but you got to let that go.
I do.
No, I mean, you don't, because I hear the way you're expressing it.
I'm just using it as an example.
But the bottom line here is that I've been married twice, and I could use that as an example, but I don't, because that's done with. Everything that happened in your life that didn't work out for you is it's a lesson learned. And if you don't learn from it, that's on you. You're part of a relationship. You don't know what you expressed to her or how she took it. That's okay. You move on. Lady spit in my face, you go like this and you move on.
I can't believe you did that. I still can't believe you did that.
And I told you I was.
I know, and I still can't.
I said, watch me write a deal.
And then there's other things that happen that you forgive over and over again because you think people are going to learn their lesson. I don't think people learn their lesson.
I don't think that. I never said that to you. They have to live with what they did.
But they don't.
You don't know that.
You think people have remorse?
You don't know. Every person has a soul. And whether it's now or your dying bed, you're going to have to live with that. And I learned that the hard way. But the bottom line here is that, take accountability of who you are and what you do, and just remember that what you do to somebody, do it to yourself and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then don't do that.
So here's the 7th one, respect. Respect each
That's
other.
the big
It's
one.
a vital characteristic of a generally good person. I can't just say a man. I think these are all just characteristics of good people in
No,
any
a
relationship.
woman wrote this.
I don't know, but
Do you think all women fall in line looking for these 7 traits?
I don't think there's anyone who would want
Listen to
anyone who's not any of those
the
traits.
question that I just asked them.
they may want it, but they don't.
Women, you guys are guys. I don't shame on anything of that. I mean, you guys are men. I get it, but women always end up controlling the hen house, one way or the other, whether it's here, or here.
Or they just say they're done.
And then they go find another woman. Then they're not done.
Another woman. Who, the man or the woman?
The man. The women control the flow. That's a given. Women will make you do things you shouldn't be doing. Women will say things that are far more clever. And they know that if you're chasing and you like, you're already in the box. I mean, do you realize this? Yeah? No, you realize
Like a
it.
Poindexter, he's like,
Do you realize
things to think about.
100%. It happens all the time. My sister and her fiance. So she's the one who's the head honcho of the relationship.
Your phone's ringing. Your phone's vibrating.
You can't give her all the power, though.
You have to stay detached until you know she's a good person.
So
Interesting.
you would let her do whatever she wants because you know she's a good person?
No, well, that's the thing is that you have to know that inside and out they're not going to do anything to hurt you and to control you in a way you know that it's harmful to you. So you have to know that before you become really attached.
Food for thought. But if you asked a kindergartner to draw their perfect person, it would have like a square box, like a cardboard box as a head, and like googly eyes. And these are all like learned things that you want. If you're a kid, you're generally a good kid.
I am a firm believer that if you're going to be in any relationship, they got to meet you halfway.
I agree.
If they don't meet you halfway, then you're fighting an uphill battle, and you have to sort of swallow more than you're giving.
And you also have to have their parents on your side too.
Well, I always said that if you meet a woman and she has children, you better love them kids before you love that woman. I've always said when you meet a woman, you better love her parents before you love her, because think about it. You grew up with your mom and dad, no matter if it's 1 year, 10 years, 50 years.
Sure.
That's the one person in your life that you're used to. You understand those natures, so you can't fight that. Good luck fighting it. Ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yes.
More to come midday. If you're safe and sound, let us know. If you're in the area, come on by or just give us a call. Let's have a day of gratitude for everything that we've all been through. More to come midday. Stay safe, everyone.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Can we go next time?
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.